Hola, amigos and amigas. Welcome to NoDQ's predictions video for WWE Crown Jewel. And happy Halloween, by the way. That's why we all look ridiculous right now, because it is Halloween and we have to do something to make this video more exciting. So, for this special Halloween video, which is also just happening to be our predictions for WWE Crown Jewel, let's go ahead and introduce everybody. First, we have the greatest no DQ video personality of all time and columnist, the great Virtue, over at nodq.com/virtue. We have the legendary, good old JM, Jeff Meacham, over at nodq.com/Jeff, and he's stealing Bruce Pritchard's gimmick again.
I'm stealing it back from Bruce. That was ours first.
All right, well, whatever you say, Jeff. And we are being joined by the other Jeff, who won the predictions last week. And can you believe that? It's already a new week and we have another pay-per-view coming up. But anyways, we got Big G over at nodq.com/Big G. You can also go to his name, Jeff, but I think Big G is easier since there's two Jeffs and it just gets confusing. And we're also being joined by a guy who's dressed like Rick and Morty character. I don't know. We have TJS over at nodq.com/TJS. He's even got whatever that gadget is. See, I have a hand here, so I have my own little props. And, of course, this one, too. Now, that could be one of the dismembered body parts from that journalist.
Oh, my God!
Okay, yeah. So if I get the thumbs down now, it's all on me. All right, let's move on here. I'm not editing that out because, we got to try to make light of this.
I know you're not.
This is what life is about. You know what? Shit happens, and it really sucks what happened, but life is too short to not have humor. You got to try to find humor in things. It's a terrible thing that happened. So if I offended anybody by that, I apologize. At least I cannot be fired from my own channel. So I'm not like, what's her name?
True.
Megyn Kelly. Yep. I can't be fired because, hey, I own the place. All right.
Tasty beverage.
Here we go. We're just getting started, folks. We got to entertain ourselves because, quite frankly, this card is not the most exciting card. And under the circumstances, it's not really a show that I feel that for many of us we can get emotionally invested in just because the whole situation sucks in Saudi Arabia. Let's face it. It's not the ideal situation, Jeff.
It's so sad because Shawn Michaels is back, for crying out loud.
I know, right? Yeah. And this is something we have talked about. Shawn Michaels is back, and it just feels so underwhelming. But we'll go ahead and get everybody's thoughts on this. Let's go ahead and start breaking down the card. It is this coming Friday, noon on the East Coast, 9 a.m. Pacific time. At least it's not like 2 a.m., so I'm happy about that. I can live with that. So the first match we have is a change from what was originally scheduled. And this is why this whole thing is just such a mess. Because it was supposed to be AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan. However, Daniel Bryan refused to go to Saudi Arabia. So now it is AJ Styles defending the WWE title against Samoa Joe one last time. So, Morty, how about we start with you? Your thoughts on this match? How do you feel about Joe being the replacement?
Well, I'm really tired.
Why did you just take the mask off?
What? Can't even hear you, brother.
Yeah, we can barely hear
down,
you.
Thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down.
Right, go ahead, TJS.
I'm really tired of the match. It doesn't make sense to reward Samoa Joe with a match, a title match, for just beating up the champion. AJ Styles could have just requested a singles match when it doesn't have to be for the title. So it makes AJ look really dumb for wanting to put his title on the line against Joe, since Joe's almost beat him for the title like twice. So I think it's obvious that AJ is I was hoping that Bryan would have gone to Crown Jewel because I thought the match on SmackDown was good, but it would have been better on pay-per-view with no commercials because TV matches just aren't fun to me. So I think it's obvious AJ is going to win here. Virtue, what do you think?
Well, it is what it is, and Joe gets to be the saving grace since Daniel Bryan doesn't want to go over for maybe his morals, who knows. And the thing is, does this change? If AJ was going to remain the champion, if he was going to beat Daniel Bryan, which we don't know, does this mean WWE wants to spice things up and maybe take that title off of AJ right now? It'd be crazy. Joe would get some heat, but I don't know. I mean, are we actually predicting this match right now, or are we just talking about Joe as the replacement for Daniel Bryan?
We're talking about
right
everything.
now.
We're doing the predictions right now. By the way, TGS, you might want to just throw the mask off so you're not all muffled. Dylan's actually overshadowing you right now with his talk in the background. So, TGS, who's your pick for this, by the way?
Oh, my pick is, of course, AJ Styles. I mean, he's keeping the title.
Now,
and
hold on. Remember how our predictions are going. You're going with him to retain, right?
Right.
Retains the title. AJ retains the title. So Joe could win by DQ or some crap like that.
I think AJ's going over clean because if Joe was going to win the title, he would have done it before. So it's over. AJ's winning, and then I don't know what he's going to go on to. So we'll just have to see.
All right. Virtue, you want to go ahead and give your prediction and any other thoughts you have?
Well, I think they got to protect Joe in a way. They can't let him lose clean. I mean, but then again, it's WWE. They could do whatever they want. I do think AJ is going to leave this match with the WWE Championship. I don't know exactly how. It could be a count out, a DQ. There's no special stipulation for this match, right? Just a one-on-one.
Correct.
Yeah, and that could change. But I'm going to go out on a limb, and not out on a limb. I'm going to stay on the sturdy part of the tree and hug the tree. And AJ is going to walk out the champ because, you guys have been talking about this for weeks and weeks and months. He's going to pass CM Punk's modern-day WWE title reign, whatever, and that's what's going to happen. As for Daniel Bryan not going over, I would imagine he's not going to get paid for it. So,
yep. So you're going out on a limb.
Yeah. I'm going out on a limb.
All right.
AJ's going to retain.
Jeff Meacham, how you doing, pal?
Oh, I'm super. I'm just super. Thanks for asking. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be one of those shows. I can feel it already. AJ is gonna retain. I don't think there's any question of his retaining the title. It's a matter of how they're gonna do it. And since we're not predicting that, I don't have to say anything. But I will say that Joe not losing clean again just makes AJ's championship reign look weak. So it's like, how do they go forward? They already had him beat Joe straight up the last time they faced one-on-one. It was a clean victory, and it was a definitive victory. So where do they go from here? Having to do this now because of Brian's choice to not go to Saudi Arabia, it's like, do they just completely bury Joe once and for all as a result? Because it's not his fault he has to go.
Right. Yeah, it's a weird situation here because I don't see Joe winning this match. I mean, like you guys said, 435 days. That's the magic number here. Joe's going to likely just job again. Maybe he will win as a huge shock, but I just don't see it happening. I think AJ does retain. Big G, you've been taking notes, right? Of the who's predicting who. So basically what we're doing before Big G gives his thoughts, we are going to be crowning the first ever No DQ predictions champion, starting with this show. So this is really critical, and I've decided what we're going to do as a tiebreaker is if somebody's tied with predictions, 2 people are tied or 3 people are tied, for the main event, which in this case will be Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman. It could end up being the tag match, but we'll pick a match. One match, we're going to predict the length of the match. And whoever gets the closest without going over, if there's a tie, of course, that person will be the winner and be the first No DQ predictions champion. Now, Big G, go ahead and give any other thoughts you have in your prediction.
Well, as far as Daniel Bryan not going over there, it's kind of sad not seeing him go over there, but I can understand why not. The match on SmackDown was decent. I'm going against the grain. I'm being cocky, and I'm saying Samoa Joe wins the WWE title.
Wow.
So you're not going out on a limb. You're not going out on a limb like me. You're staying closer to okay.
You're jumping off the damn tree.
This is their 4th match in WWE against each other, and their last one was a Super Showdown, and AJ won before. So I think it's Samoa Joe's time to win the WWE title.
Wow, I remember back in the day, Big G, you would just agree with us on everything, and now look at you. You're getting all you're getting all confident that you know your shit, and you did destroy us last week on predictions. So you're like at this point you want that title, so you're going for broke here. You're going all or nothing.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
Is
What's
title
wrong
going to
with
be a
your-
month? Is title going to be a monthly thing, or is it going to be just cumulative over the course of the year?
well, I know TJS is doing that little league with the points. We'll keep doing that too, but this is going to be for every pay-per-view. But you have to be on the predictions to defend your title. If you don't, then it becomes vacant.
What's wrong with your mask? Is it just me, or does something look like is wrong with Aaron's mask, or whoever that is over there?
Yeah, that's not necessarily Aaron Rift here talking to you guys.
Well, yeah, whoever
Chris
that is.
Aronson.
No, he's dead.
El Rift, though. But
Yeah,
El Rift.
I can only imagine. We'll
Yeah.
let it go. We'll let it
Hey,
slide.
hey,
but I
hey.
can only imagine the comments about your mask. I'm not going to
If
say
anybody
it,
gets offended about the dismember comment, that wasn't Aaron Rift that said that. That was some guy in a mask. So there you go. There's the out.
But,
I know.
I'd like to see people's comments on what that mask reminds them of, but I'm not going to say it out of respect. So let's continue on with the show.
El Gennaro.
There you go.
Olé!
Olé! Okay.
I'll be looking at the comments for
So
sure.
far, Big G's the lone wolf who's going with Samoa Joe.
Baron Corbin.
Yeah, not Baron Corbin. All right.
Oh.
So let's go ahead and talk about the World Cup, which, interestingly enough, doesn't include anybody from the United or outside of the United States, I should say. All right. So
Jaden, did you predict?
No.
all right.
Wow. I apologize to everybody. If you don't think we're taking this seriously out of protest for WWE, okay, that's all fine and dandy.
All right.
I'm pretty sure Aaron picked AJ to retain. Didn't you, Aaron?
I think he did.
I
He
picked
said,
it-
he said
I picked
fourth.
AJ.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Big G, you were the only one that
Yeah, you were the
I
lone
guess
wolf,
they-
not Baron
you were the
Corbin.
only one that did not go out on a limb.
Right. There we go.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So the World Cup, where nobody is outside of the United States, we have 4 matches, and what we're going to do for the predictions is that each match will be a point, and then we'll just do it that way.
What a
Does that
cluster.
work for you guys?
That's fine.
Every match is going to be a point,
Okay.
and we can even do an extra point if you correctly predict who's going to win the whole thing. Well, we're doing that anyway, so never mind. We're just going to do 1 point for every match. Okay. So first we have Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley from the Raw bracket. This match obviously put together at the last minute because John Cena, like Daniel Bryan, decided he's not going to Saudi Arabia. So this match.
No, he's not going because he didn't qualify. That's what Baron Corbin said.
Oh yeah, right. But we all know the real reason. Yeah. Unfortunately, there is a real reason. So, yeah, it kind of sucks. They're having a tournament to determine the best in the world, and Baron Corbin pulls the guy who's arguably the best in the world. Whatever.
What a heel move.
Oh, yeah, what a heel move.
Shenanigans.
Let's just water down the tournament and just make it less credible. And this is coming from a guy who likes Bobby Lashley, too, and likes the heel character. I don't think Lashley's winning. I think Rollins is definitely going over Lashley, and not much else to say about it. I think we're going to get the usual shtick from Lashley with Leo Rush out there. Should be fun, but yeah, I think Rollins is definitely going over. Big G, who do you have for this one?
I'm going to go with Seth Rollins as well. I think Ambrose is going to try to interfere somehow if he is in Saudi Arabia, and Rollins is going to push him away on the side or whatever, and Rollins is going to win with the curb stomp.
All right. Well, I think it's going to, if it does happen, it's not going to happen in that first match. But TGS, what do you think?
Lashley.
Lashley. Come on, everybody here together. 1, 2, 3. Lashley. Lashley. Seriously, guys? Wow, this is Halloween.
If I
You
could
guys are
sound
no
like
fun.
Leo Rush, I would. Lashley.
Lashley.
It's awesome.
Everybody do their Leo Rush
By the
impression.
way, Jimmy Corderas, who used to be a referee for WWE, I saw one of his tweets. He said he actually turned the channel when Leo Rush was on there, and he said, "Not good heat."
Good for
Just-
Jimmy.
Yeah, so I had to mention that.
Why does everyone hate Leo Rush? He's doing
Because he's an obnoxious little twerp.
That's what he's
why.
supposed to be.
Yeah, I know, but he bugs.
That's what Enzo was, and everyone was like, "Oh, he's a good."
I love
Whoa,
Leo
whoa,
Rush.
whoa. Time the fuck out. Hang on a minute here.
We're-
I'll be the first to tell you there is no way I ever backed up Enzo Amore, not once. I hated that jerk from square one.
Okay, Jeff did not like Enzo, but there were
Yeah.
people who
Allegedly.
love Enzo and hate Leo. Anyway,
All right.
I
Go
think
ahead. Prediction.
well, you know what? I think Seth is going to win just because this is like a best in the world tournament, and I doubt we're going to get the whole Hulk Hogan, Bobby Lashley thing.
Yeah.
So
Imagine how pissed the crowd will be if it's just that match. Lashley goes all the way through, and you have to hear Leo Rush for like 4 matches.
Oh man.
This will get like the worst rating of any WWE pay-per-view ever. But Jeff, what do you think about this?
Me or Big G?
You,
Big
Jeff.
G already went.
Big G already went. That's right. Okay. I'm actually going to make a bold prediction and say Lashley's going to beat Seth Rollins here. I'm not sure why. I just got a funny feeling.
Wow, JM living. He wants that championship. He
I
really
do.
does.
I want that title to make up for my lack of World Wrestling Trivia Championship for now.
All right, Virtue.
Rollins, he's the workhorse. This is a tournament, so he's multiple matches. For
Right,
this
you
event.
got to think.
Yes.
You got to think he goes far. In
He
this.
went 75 minutes on Raw, so yeah, this is definitely, to me, easy peasy. Rollins in the opener. Now we'll see what happens in the next rounds, but Rollins
Right.
is going to win this.
All right. Well, Jeff Meacham is the one person going with Lashley. All right. Next up in the World Cup, we have Kurt Angle versus Dolph Ziggler. So this will be interesting because Kurt Angle hasn't really done much, and I'm not even sure if he's done a singles match. Has he, guys? Jeff?
No.
No, this will actually be his first singles match
That is
on
crazy.
WWE TV.
He's been back, wrestling for a year now. He wrestled at the TLC pay-per-view last year, and this is actually his first singles match. So very interesting. I think Ziggler's a great opponent. I think this should be a really good match. I'll go ahead and go last on this one. Virtue, how about you go first on this one?
I think Kurt Angle's been working on his cardio and et cetera a lot lately when he's been off of Raw. I don't know why. I know when he came back to do that Battle Royal as the mask gimmick, even though it was short and he sat out on the ringside, he just seemed like he was like more limber than normal. So I think we're going to see Kurt a little bit in this event, and I think he's going to beat Ziggler because Ziggler's going to do what he does best, give a great match to a great legend, but ultimately put him over. So Kurt's going to win this opening round over Ziggler. That's it.
I absolutely agree. 100%. I am predicting Angle and Lashley in the Raw finals, so that's what I'm going with too. Kurt Angle to win.
All right, so you're going with Kurt Angle to win this match, and TJS?
yeah, Angle's winning it, and I hope that we actually get the red, white, and blue singlet Kurt Angle and not the crap that we've been getting. We've gotten the Shield gear. We've gotten like some weird like MVP outfit. We haven't gotten the full singlet and everything.
Right.
Maybe he'll have pyro and everything.
Maybe he comes out with the Saudi Arabia colors.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
You can see that in a way, even though we're covering this event, unlike some other websites that aren't, we're having fun with it the best that we can.
Oh,
and
snap.
we don't condone any bad things that happen
You
to
don't?
anybody.
We don't.
But
No.
we're going to have fun with this because it's the internet.
We
And
have
we're
to.
allowed.
We
Yeah.
have to have fun
You
with
know,
it.
I think wearing this mask brings out like the virtue in me. I don't know why.
We're allowed. So
exactly what's
yeah.
happening.
All right, Big G, you want to go with the other guys? Or are you gonna be bold and go
No,
with Ziggler?
I'm sticking with Angle to win the match as well. I think it'll be a good match. Like Virtue said, Ziggler's going to put Angle over. And I'm going to say Angle is going to ghost bust off Ziggler. There we go.
Nice.
All right, I like it. Now, who am I going with? So, here you go, guys. Here's a prediction for you. I predict Kurt Angle's going to win.
Okay.
Nice.
Bold, very bold.
We're all unanimous. Okay.
Bold statement.
Next up, on the SmackDown side, for the SmackDown bracket, we have Jeff Hardy versus The Miz. Miz got his ass whooped on SmackDown Live this week. So I think it's going to be 50-50 booking. Actually, you know what? Was that Dylan?
No.
Oh,
It is Halloween.
it is Halloween. Maybe it was a werewolf. Okay.
The
So
zombie of the list.
I don't know about this one, and I'm gonna be a jerk here and go somewhere in the middle. So I'm gonna pick eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm gonna go with Jeff. You go first. For Jeff
I'm gonna go with The Miz.
The Miz. All right. Interesting.
Miz.
You know what? My gut instinct when this tournament was announced, and that typing is loud, by the way. My gut instinct was it was going to be Jeff Hardy. But now that I think about it, I'm going to go with The Miz too. Big G.
That's a toughie.
It is tough.
They all got RKOs on SmackDown Live.
Think about who might win the other part of that bracket. I'm just saying before you make a pick.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go against the grain once again. I'm going my boy Jeff freaking Hardy.
By the way, that House of Hardy video was pretty awesome. I thought that was great. There were some really nice cameos in that. So for those of you that haven't seen it, it's definitely worth checking out. Lots of little throwbacks. And
did you link that on NoDQ.com?
I posted about it, but I didn't know they released the video. Did they?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, but
I was going to say I need somewhere to find it.
WWE Network, $9.99.
WWE Network.
TJS?
Just only $9.99.
Well,
it's on there. Okay.
It's like Virtue said. You have to think about the second part of the SmackDown bracket. So I think Miz is going to win here. There's not much else to say about it. 50-50 booking, like Aaron said. So.
All right, Virtue, you're going to, well, actually, TJ.
The Miz. The Miz is winning. Don't need to explain why.
Okay, so there we go.
Yeah.
All right, and now the last match, of course, so I guess we can go through this pretty quickly. Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton, a little throwback to their old feud back in the day, WrestleMania 22 in Chicago. These guys are no strangers to each other. They're renewing their rivalry here in 2018. But Randy Orton looked so strong on SmackDown Live. I definitely think Rey Mysterio is winning here. He just came back. He's definitely advancing. And like Virtue said, the logic here, I think it's going to be Miz and Mysterio. Although, Big G, you could be right. Could be Jeff Hardy versus Rey Mysterio. Babyface versus babyface. Definitely see that as a possibility. But of all these matches, I actually feel the strongest that Mysterio is going to win just because he's coming off his big return. And Randy Orton looks so strong on SmackDown. I think that's going to help protect him for this loss. So, Virtue, I think you're in agreement on this?
Yeah, and I think Rey Mysterio is one of those characters, because, he's been around since WCW, that the Saudis probably said, hey, we want this guy, and nothing against Randy Orton, but I have a feeling they're going to definitely make Rey look strong in this show at this tournament, because that's what they do, right? The Saudis wanted the Ultimate Warrior. They wanted Yokozuna. So Rey Mysterio is going to beat Randy. How? Who knows? But I can see an attempt of an RKO with Rey coming down off the top, but I don't know. Somehow, some way, Rey is going to pull it off.
All right, TJS.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get a DQ finish here, like where Randy Orton just snaps or whatever.
Good point.
And he doesn't care about being the best in the world or whatever, and he wants to beat the hell out of Rey Mysterio. And that could set up Rey Mysterio losing later on. And then he would look okay in losing, since, you don't really want Rey to lose. But if you beat him down to where he can't really wrestle, then you'd have Miz. We'll get to it. Anyway, Rey's going to win.
And Rey's going to advance. All right, Big G.
Yeah, I'm sticking with everybody else. Mysterio's going to win. Remember, think about it. What Shane said, if the loser of SmackDown loses against Raw, then they get fired and probably are going to Raw. So you got to think about that too. So that's hard to say as well.
All right, JM.
I'm going to go against the grain and say, because of Shane's stipulation, Randy Orton's not only going to win this match, he's going to go on to the finals and then lose to the Raw guy.
Wow, look at Jeff Meacham going with the bold prediction. He really wants that championship. He's going to be either the winner or he's going to be in last place, it's looking like at this point. All right, so here's what we're going to do now. So now, since, we're going to have all sorts of different predictions for these second round matches, Now we're just going to predict who we think is going to win on the SmackDown and Raw side. So we'll start with Raw. Virtue, who's winning on the Raw side?
All right, so let's see. Based on my picks,
this is a point for who you think is going to be the Raw winner on the Raw side.
And this is tough because I have Kurt Angle versus Seth Rollins in this match. This is where I think that Ambrose could come out and get involved for whatever reason, and maybe Kurt and Rollins both kind of say, no, get out of our match, and they're able to, sidestep what Ambrose is going to do, if he's even there. Who knows?
Right, he might not.
But
I think if his wife's going into the war zone, he's going over there. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Gosh, man, this is a tough one because, I figured Kurt would at least get a second match. So he does. He has it. But I'm going to go with Seth. Seth is the warrior, the 75-minute man. He's going to go to the final. He's going to represent Raw.
All right. Well, Virtue. Sorry, the mask makes it hard for me to see. But then again, you're talking. I should be able to hear the distinctive voices, but maybe the mask affects my hearing ability too. I don't know. Anyways, I am going to agree with you, Virtue. I think it is going to be Seth Rollins. I think it's going to be Seth Rollins and Kurt Angle. And I think Seth Rollins is going to go over. I don't see Kurt going to the finals. He's still however old he is now, and Seth Rollins is the workhorse. I think Seth is going to the finals, and if Ambrose does interfere, it'll be in the final match. Got to be Rollins. I mean, this is built for him. He's the guy that wrestled for an hour on Raw earlier this year. So him going all the way to the finals in the tournament style, 4 matches or whatever in one night, 3 matches, I'm not even sure what it is, but I see him being that guy that's going to make it to the finals. Big G, your thoughts?
I'm sticking with you guys again. Rollins is going to win the match, and hopefully he can make it to the finals. He will make it to the finals, yeah.
All right, Jeff Meacham.
Well, I said Angle was going to go against Lashley, so I'm going to pick Kurt Angle to win on the Raw side.
Oh, interesting. Jeff going with Kurt. All right. TJS.
Seth is going to pull it out here. And I don't think that we're going to get an Ambrose interference here either. I think it'll be in the final match, like you said, Aaron. But, Seth is going to go over.
All right. Well, Jeff really going for broke here. Okay. And now on the SmackDown side, so I'm thinking of the possibilities here. I don't think it's going to be The Miz. I think it's going to be the guy who just came back. I'm going with Rey Mysterio. It's going to be Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio in the finals. And this is, well, we'll get to that in a minute here. We'll talk about who's going to win the whole thing. But, yeah, my prediction is it's going to be Mysterio winning on the SmackDown side. So, TJS, we'll start with you now. Your thoughts?
Yep, I can't disagree with you here, Aaron. I definitely see Mysterio winning on the SmackDown side.
All right, Jeff Meacham.
Well, since I picked Randy Orton versus The Miz for my match, I'm going to stick with Randy Orton.
All right, Seth Rollins and Randy Orton in the final. That should be interesting.
No. I said Kurt Angle. Angle and Randy Orton in the final.
That would be an interesting one, too.
And then not only does Randy Orton lose and get fired, he loses to the Raw guy, the Raw GM that's on vacation or whatever. So That's the ultimate loss for Shane. So.
Oh, yeah. Good point, Jeff. I like your logic there. All right, Big G.
I'm going to stick with Ray on the SmackDown side, and I think we're going to they're going to give us our, indie type of match between Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins.
I like it. All right.
They're going to do the big spots and everything, and I know Virtue will like that.
Yep, he sure will.
Well, Ray's allowed to, right? That's where he came from. He's allowed to do that stuff.
Right.
He's one of the pioneers. So Rey Mysterio is going to win the Raw side of the bracket and face Seth Rollins in the World Cup final.
Okay, and now we will talk about the final match of the World Cup. So I was going with Seth Rollins versus Rey Mysterio, and I was thinking, if there's going to be Ambrose interference, this is going to be it. I think we're going to see Ambrose interfere in the final match, and it's going to be Rey Mysterio winning the World Cup. And he's got the Mexican heritage, so it's kind of, international, even though he's from San Diego.
Sandy freaking Diego. Okay, give me a break.
At least it's kind of. So yeah,
he speaks Spanish. That's true. Yes.
So I'm going with Ray to win it due to Dean Ambrose interference. Big G, your thoughts? Who's winning this?
I'm going opposite. I'm going with Seth Rollins to pull this whole thing up. So he'll have the IC title, hopefully the Raw Tag Team title still, and he'll be known as best in the world.
All right. Virtue.
Yes, Seth Rollins is going to beat Ray because this is going to be a total inner circle, inner WWE bubble tribute for Roman Reigns, and I think Rollins winning this is the closest that you can do to that. And let's be honest, I can see Ray on Raw because that's Vince McMahon's show, and he wants Ray's drawing power for that demographic. Ray still has it. That's why they brought him back. And I can see him going to the A show, so this makes sense to me.
And there could always be an attack like after the match. Rollins could win, and he's celebrating, and then he gets jumped by Ambrose too. So that way you don't tarnish the World Cup match. Should I go? Should I change my prediction? You know what? I'm gonna stick. I'm sticking.
Did I sway? Did I sway you? Is that what happened?
Kind of. I'm sticking. I'm just gonna screw it. I'm pulling to you guys, and I'm gonna make a bold prediction and say Ray wins. Yeah, go ahead, Jeff.
If it's Angle versus Orton, I think Angle's going to win, and then we'll see Orton get fired and go to SmackDown. But Kurt Angle winning the World Cup, his first singles action back in over a year at WWE, and how many years away from WWE prior to that. So Kurt Angle's a good story as well. And Rey Mysterio is the best story, and I like everything you guys said, as is Seth Rollins. But since I went against the grain all the way through, I'm sticking with my against the grain and going with Kurt Angle to win.
So you got Angle. All right. So whoever you are over there, you officially took Ray then?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sticking. I'm just going with my gut. I'm just sticking.
His fellow luchador.
Yes,
exactly. I got Rollins. Big G has Rollins. Now it's up to TJS.
Okay, so it seems like WWE is trying to recreate the Johnny Gargano Tommaso Ciampa storyline with Ambrose and Rollins. So think about this. Think about Seth Rollins. He starts the burn it down stomp like he's doing the taunt, and then the Shields music plays, and then he looks around. Then Rey Mysterio drop kicks him from behind, hits the 619, a 1-2-3. There was no Ambrose. He just hears the Shield music. He gets freaked out. Rey's the winner of the World Cup.
All right, there you go.
Either Shield music or Ambrose's music himself, one or the other. That makes sense.
I think it'll be Shield. That way, just to hurt Rollins more, because it'll make him think about Reigns and Ambrose.
Okay. Now, this is going to say that the Shield music will make him think of Roman too, which will be right at the heartstrings.
All right, so let's move on here.
I love the thoughts, guys. That's awesome.
All right, holla, 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 player. It's time to talk about some tag team matches. First up, we have, for the WWE SmackDown tag team titles, we have The Bar with Big Show defending against the New Day. And yeah, we just saw The Bar win the titles recently on SmackDown. The question is, will we see New Day regain the titles so quickly? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say Big Show will be the difference maker, and we're going to see The Bar retain the titles. Jeff Meacham, let's start with you on this one.
Wholeheartedly agree. I think it's going to be the one match that's going to be that the heels get the victory, because it's going to be a babyface heavy show because they're in Saudi Arabia. They're trying to do positive output, which is not going to happen, but that's, whatever. So I think The Bar is going to come in on top. I think they're going to have a little bit of shenanigans from the Big Show, mainly to attack the one New Day member that's on the floor during the tag match. They'll take him out. That way it's an even Steven match, and we'll see a decisive victory by The Bar.
All right, TJS.
What if they have Big Show turn on The Bar? Wouldn't it?
Yes, I love it. I love it. That is brilliant. Beautiful. I would totally be cool with that.
Stop encouraging this behavior, Riff. What's the matter with you?
I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a ref bump or something, and then you have Big Show like up there with he has Cesaro right here and Kofi right here, and then he looks at Kofi like he's gonna hit him, and then turns around and knocks out Cesaro.
Oh my god!
Or he sees poor Kofi all beaten up, and he's feeling bad. He starts crying, and he's screw it. He just hauls off and punches Cesaro.
Cesaro or Sheamus. Oh my god!
He drags Kofi's limp body onto Cesaro. They count to 3 in Big Show.
I love it. I freaking love it.
By the way, I am reporting Aaron shenanigans to the better authorities of Facebook land here, and they're laughing at you.
Since Becky's nowhere near Crown Jewel, TGS, you're now the man.
Oh, well. I mean, seriously though, I think New Day's winning this. That's my bold prediction.
Really? New
Yeah.
Day, huh? Well, they do have a record to break.
Because he likes pancakes.
I do like him.
Oh my
Are you-
god.
So are you saying New Day's gonna win the tag team titles?
No, okay. I think the Bar's gonna retain. Okay.
Oh,
I think
boo.
Bar, just to be safe. Maybe New Day will win the match, but I think Bar's taking the titles.
So wait, hold the phone here. You think New Day's going to win, but you're predicting New Day. You're predicting the Bar to retain.
Yeah, that's why I thought he was going to pick New Day, and I was getting excited. He was going to miss a point right there.
No,
Okay, Virtue, tell us what's on your mind.
The Bar's going to retain the titles. I think this show is only going to be a one new champion show, and we'll get that, obviously, with the Universal title match. So, therefore, the Bar wins. They're not just going to keep the titles, they're going to win. Do I get a bonus point for that?
No.
Yeah, what the hell? Give him a bonus point. Who cares?
Hell no.
No, they'll retain the title, yeah.
If anybody deserves bonus points, it's me for having such a poor showing with Evolution. Yeah, don't laugh, TJS. You're going to get smoked this time. Go ahead. Make your
I
prediction.
was just thinking.
Dude, Rich is salty today.
Do you remember when Big Show punched Dusty Rhodes and he was crying?
Yes. That was so great.
That was so good.
That was an awesome segment.
Dude, that was good for us on a personal level, just because of how much we were close to Dusty in the early part of our career. It was like us punching Dusty. It was like,
I just love when he punches him and then he's immediately cuddling him. It was great.
It was so good, such good TV, so good.
All right, Big G, let's get this going.
Well, I'm gonna say Bar retains the titles. They just won it at SmackDown 1000, and I'm making a stipulation here now. If the New Day wins the tag team titles, I will shave my beard off.
Whoa! All right, stipulation. Now you're like Interstate Kyle, where you just want to do something and you're going to make a prediction out of it, a stipulation out of it.
Who? Interstate. Who?
Oh, snap! Wow, this
Who?
is getting deep
What?
now.
When was the last time he was on video?
Whoa!
You mean
I'm just asking
besides on another
questions.
website?
I'm just asking questions.
Besides somebody else's Twitter feed?
You're going to deeply offend Mr. Tommy, who's the biggest Interstate Kyle fan. He is going to be heartbroken.
Virtue
And
just
that's where he comes out and rallies to bring Interstate Kyle back in an angle.
Virtue just vaporized Interstate Kyle.
Oh man!
I think I did more than anybody else, but okay. That's, you know.
Yeah, but Jeff did.
Okay, Jeff. Okay.
All right, we're all going with Bar to retain, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so now we got to talk about, and this makes me sad that I say we have to talk about this, because we should be wanting to talk about this. We have the big tag team match, which could end up closing the show. Actually, I think there's a very good chance it does close the show. So let's go ahead and talk about that last, actually. Well, we'll go ahead and talk about the Universal title match first, which is Brock Lesnar facing Braun Strowman for the vacant Universal Championship. Of course, the Roman Reigns story, very tragic, very sad. Roman having to relinquish the Universal title due to his leukemia battle. And now it's a singles match. Braun Strowman is back to being a babyface. Brock Lesnar is still moving forward with his UFC plans. Now, if this was a triple threat match, I was going to predict Roman Reigns to retain. So
Me too.
that should, I think, play a role in our predictions for this one. But let's see what everybody thinks. I'm going to go last on this one. Virtue, you start us off.
WWE, Vince McMahon, Roman Reigns out indefinitely. He wants stability. And everybody's talking about UFC career. Now this is Braun Strowman's time. And this is what's going to happen. Vince likes to have that title on people that the fans don't like. It's going on Brock. Brock's going to have it. We're going back to stability. That's what Vince McMahon knows. It's going to be a part-time title. Face it. And he's going to show up with it if he does fight at UFC, because that's going to be interpromotional. He's going to walk out to the octagon with it around his arm, whatever, shoulder. Like Paul Heyman said, big shoulders of Brock Lesnar. And everybody in here that hates Brock Lesnar, everybody out there that hates Brock Lesnar, you're going to just have to eat it, because the beast is going to win the Universal Championship.
Just
Stability,
eat it.
folks. Stability. He's a household name. Casuals don't know who Braun Strowman is. They know who Brock Lesnar is.
Wow, that is strong. Strong words from Virtue. All right, TJS, you wanna follow that up?
Well, I'll say that if Brock Lesnar came out with the Universal title, the UFC fanboys would laugh at him. We know
He doesn't care. You remember his very first UFC appearance, how he's cutting those promos? That's how he doesn't care.
Didn't he say something about like shoving a horseshoe up someone's ass or something like that?
Probably.
He said something. Anyway, I think Braun Strowman's squashing Brock here. I think it's going to be over in less than 5 minutes.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. Okay, so let's. Should we do it for this match or should we do it for the tag match? What do you guys
We
think?
should do it for this one.
You want to do it for this one? Okay, let's do it for this one. So Virtue, give us a time, length of the match. Remember,
8 minutes and 20 seconds.
Remember, it's whoever's the closest to the actual time without going over.
And it's going to be what Wikipedia lists. So usually get it right away within the hour. 8 minutes and 20 seconds.
All right,
Okay,
TJS.
got it.
I'm going to go 4 minutes and... Oh, no. I'll go 6 minutes and 5 seconds.
All right, now Jeff Meacham, your predictions and your time.
You know what? I'm not a small enough man to admit it. Virtue swayed me. I was gonna go with Braun Strowman, but you know what? It's just too good to pass up Brock being the world's biggest prick on UFC pay-per-view with the Universal title around his shoulders. So I say Brock gets the title back, and it's gonna be around 8:45.
And Jeff, I wouldn't think that way if Roman was in it.
If Roman was in this match, he retains. There's no question about that.
I think that completely changed the game for Vince McMahon with this match.
Yep, and I think as much stock as they've put in Strowman in the last year or so, the fact of the matter is he will always be the guy that had Nichols as his tag team partner. He will never be the guy.
Now,
ever.
Wow.
Hold on, guys. Now, where does Braun go from here? Because you think Braun and Drew...
Home to Minnesota?
With his hot wife?
Jump on his wife and drink beer. That's right. That's right.
Braun and Drew is a built-in feud for the Universal title. Brock has no direction. So.
It's stability.
All right, let's hear from Big G.
Screw Lesnar. Screw Heyman. Strowman is going to win the Universal title. Keep it on Raw. He'll break this curse that's been going on with the Universal title. Part-time champ. Roman Reigns, unfortunately, has leukemia, so he had to relinquish it. Finn Balor had to relinquish it due to injury. Strowman's going to win it. And after the match is over, McIntyre is going to come from behind and hit him with the Claymore kick.
All right.
And you're ignoring Paul Heyman's spoiler on Raw? Paul Heyman gave us a spoiler.
Paul Heyman. I do not care about Paul.
That's why I'm going with Brock.
I hate Heyman is just so annoying.
All right. Well, Big G, what's your time? Jeff, you did your time, right?
Yeah, 8:45.
I'm gonna go with an even 10 minutes.
All right. So I'm going with Strowman to win. I think Lesnar is just here for this one match to get the big payday, and he's done. He's going to do his UFC thing. They went way too long with the part-time champion. I think Roman was going to be the champion winning this match, and I think Strowman's winning, and that's the end of Brock for a while. Maybe he'll be back for WrestleMania, but I think Strowman's winning, and I think him and Drew are feuding for the Universal title. That's what I expect to happen. And match length, I'm going to go short on this and say that Strowman wins pretty quickly. He's going to dominate the match. I say it's going to be... Now I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to go with 5 minutes and 59 seconds.
Wow. So
You know what, Aaron? I thought you were going to pull a Price is Right and go 10:01.
Dick move.
Nah.
Well, he would have only been right then if it was all over that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yep.
And
you know what? Screw it. Screw it. I'm going with that now. I'm going with 10 minutes, 1 second.
Oh.
Lesnar and Strowman going more than 10. Good luck,
Yeah,
gents.
no way, friggin'
Screw it.
way.
I don't
Good
care.
luck.
I don't care anymore. This is only a tiebreaker. So I'm just gonna be crazy here.
This tag match.
I'm not even gonna be in the running to tie for first. So
I probably talked myself out of a victory this week anyway.
and, Big G, you gotta move yourself to the left a little bit. You're getting out of frame.
You're hanging to the right, brother.
And Dylan
The
needs
tag
to.
match is different. And the main event's getting at least an hour and a half. So,
Oh my God! Please don't say that. Why, TJS? Why do you do this to us? Son of a bitch.
well, it takes us a while as it is.
All right, so now we got to talk about it. The main event: The Undertaker and the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee, who looks like he's a mayor and not a wrestler, versus a bald guy named Triple H and another bald guy named the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. That's right. After 8 years of retirement, Shawn Michaels is back, and I cannot believe how badly WWE has screwed this up. This is so sad, and I've said it before on my videos that it feels like WCW 2000. It feels like the old men going out there, and the very thing that Triple H and Shawn Michaels criticized in '97, now they're in the same exact spot, even older than Hogan was when Hogan was doing his stuff. So yeah, I mean, I would love to see Shawn Michaels wrestle AJ Styles and all that stuff, but he was the one guy that stayed retired. He's the one guy that lived up to the retirement stipulation, and now he's back with a bald head on a pay-per-view that people don't think should even be taking place. So I hate to say it because I love all four of these guys, grew up on these guys. They were my childhood heroes, and I don't care about this match. I'm not interested in seeing it. The entrances are going to take 20 minutes between the four of them.
They'll be all winded by then.
Yeah, then they're gonna spend 40 minutes.
Maybe Shawn won't be.
Triple H is gonna do his slow, methodical spots where they're gonna do like a double clothesline, and then they'll lay there for 5 minutes, and they'll hit their big, pedigree, and then he'll crawl over real slowly. It's psychology, everybody. It's not the fact that they're old; they're just masters of psychology. So, yeah, I'm salty about this. I admit it. You guys can have your say and defend it if you want, but yeah, I think this match is gonna just be a complete joke, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope Shawn is like out there lightning speed, the old Heartbreak Kid, and does his thing and has that little spark, but not getting my hopes up on it. I think he'll probably not do a whole lot. It'll be mostly Triple H doing all his Triple H stuff that he thinks he's a genius at, and maybe some people do think he's a genius in some ways. I think we're going to see, I'm not going to give my prediction yet. TJS, I'm going to put you on the spot first here.
Okay, first of all, I want to say that months ago I said that I didn't want Shawn to come out of retirement for this reason, because he was going to be on a show that no one's going to care about in a tag team match that's just a throwaway. And I mean, I was right, not bragging, but
All right.
Shawn's not going to start the match. He's going to be the hot tag.
Right.
Undertaker and Kane are going to be the heels, and the hot tag is going to be Michaels. And maybe he won't wear that stupid bandana. I don't know. And you are putting me on the spot.
I sure am, buddy.
Who wanted Super Showdown? That was Triple H, right?
That was Triple H.
Okay, I'm going Bros of Destruction then.
It's so weird because is Shawn going to lose his comeback match? But I'm like, Triple H won the match at Super Showdown, so I'm really confused about this one.
Yeah,
maybe that's the point, Aaron.
Who's going to get over here? I mean, no one. And this match is probably going to end up being no disqualification because they need smoke and mirrors.
Oh, you know what else I hate? How Shawn says he has no respect for The Undertaker. And then, of course, after the match, they're going to say, oh, all of a sudden we have respect for everybody again. And they're going to do another curtain call after the match probably. And it's the end of an era, ladies and gentlemen, and blah, 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 blah.
And then Triple H and then DX is going to attack Bros of Destruction. Yeah. And they're going to set up another.
That's just a stupid line. Like Shawn Michaels says he has no respect for The Undertaker. It's just not a believable line at all, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm on a soapbox here, everybody. Sorry. If you're a fan of this match, I apologize.
God, this is. I want to say Brothers of Destruction because I think they're going to stand tall at the end, but they stood tall at Super Showdown too.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna do my prediction now. I'm gonna say Shawn does lose on this, but he's not gonna take the fall. It's gonna be Triple H getting pinned by the Undertaker. That's what I think is gonna happen here. And then they'll all do their big embrace or whatever crap they're gonna do, make peace, whatever. And then Shawn Michaels maybe will go on. Maybe he'll do another match if he feels like it. Who knows? Maybe he'll wrestle AJ Styles or Daniel Bryan or something. I don't know. But
Okay,
yeah.
I have my prediction now. I'm saying DX is gonna win.
What?
And then
Are you
and then-
serious right now?
listen, Shawn is gonna show up on Raw and be like, after that big win, I feel like I got one more match left in me. Come on, AJ, or something like that. So
let me get this straight. You were going to say Brothers of Destruction. I agree with you, and then you say, "Oh, DX is winning."
Swerve.
I see how it is.
It's the Attitude Era.
I'm sticking with Brothers to win. All right.
Michael Cole actually said the Attitude Era was back on Evolution. When Trish and Lita won, he's like, the Attitude Era is back, and I want to edit that clip out. So,
yeah,
anyway.
and now Trish and Lita are gone again. They just did the Raw appearance, and now they're done. All right, Big G.
I agree with all the points that you guys are making. I mean, this match is kind of like lackluster, really put together. When I was at SmackDown 1000, Undertaker was there and said 3 things: rest in peace. They just back and forth like they've always said. And Triple H did win a Super Showdown. Brothers of Destruction stood tall after the match. So I'm going to agree with TJS and go with D Generation X.
I got 2 words for you, Aaron.
And if you're not down with that.
All right, Jeff. Meacham.
Okay, is it my turn? Okay. Wow. Because Undertaker and Kane stood tall in Australia, I will say DX stands tall at the end here with the win.
That way they can throw up the glow sticks. They're going to do that.
Exactly.
All right, Virtue.
Well, first of all, before I pick the winner, how dare you, whoever's under that mask, Rocky Balboa, that's what it looks like with your lip hanging out there. That's what I wanted to say earlier, okay? How dare you discredit anything Shawn Michaels is going to be physically active in?
Yo, Adrian,
even though it's not what we truly want, a one-on-one match like with an AJ Styles or something at WrestleMania, one day we won't have Shawn Michaels. Roman is sick. You know what I mean? You never know what tomorrow will bring. So cherish these moments despite the crappy booking. What keeps me watching during an era of bad writing and booking is I believe in these talents. I want to see these guys, even if they're given chicken shit.
Well, you just like Trainwreck shows.
Trainwreck shows. What's a good show?
A good show. Trainwreck.
Flipping and flying and NXT diving and PWG. That's what you've been conditioned to since the Attitude Era has been over. You're conditioned to that is the great thing in wrestling. Let's watch train wrecks. Like Disco Inferno said. I know Jeff Meacham. I'm sorry. I'm bringing him up. He said a real fight. It's not going to be choreographed where everything happens perfectly. He was specifically talking about Ronda and Nikki. It's going to look sloppy. Real fights look sloppy. There's discombobulation, this and that. That's the beauty of it.
How much money did Disco make, by the way?
Who cares about botches? So what I'm saying is, if you're a true wrestling fan, you won't sit there and pick this apart because of what it could be. Just enjoy Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Kane, and The Undertaker. Now, with that said, the winners, the Brothers of Destruction.
I like it, Virtue. You're the man.
Yeah, I just
TJS, you're no longer the man. Virtue, you're now the man.
I just feel like they're going to go over here. DX is going to be like the heels, based on Triple H beating Undertaker by shenanigans at the last event. The victory is going to go to Taker and Kane. And I agree with you, Rift. I don't think Shawn's going to take the pin. It will be Triple H, probably the Undertaker doing it.
All right. Thank you, Virtue, for siding with me on that one.
Never mind.
Wait, what?
I I was gonna say, do you guys think they'll like make this a casket match, and then at the end,
Oh,
Undertaker burst out of the
a casket match, and never mind. I'm not even gonna go there.
buried alive match.
Oh man. All right. So that concludes our wonderful predictions for WWE Crown Jewel this coming Friday. It is at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific time, only on the WWE Network. And guess what?
9 a.m.
Yeah, 9 a.m. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. So it is on the network, of course. And if you subscribe, you're a first-time subscriber, you get Survivor Series and you get Crown Jewel from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Whoopee.
That's where that is.
It is in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. You
know
wouldn't know watching Raw or SmackDown, but yeah, it is in Saudi Arabia.
I think WWE's onto the game that they know fans like to complain. So I think they purposely book what they do, stick with their guns, because they're like, this is going to get us the reactions.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Virtue.
I really think they play into fans complaining now.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. We'll get a few thoughts and plugs here. Big G, let's start with you.
NoDQ.com / I guess Big G now.
Yeah.
Takes you to my Twitter page. Instagram, NoDQ_Big G. I'm on Facebook as well. Nobody's wearing our shirts today because we have Halloween tomorrow, but go to NoDQ.com / shirts and everybody has a shirt. And that's it for the Big G.
All right, TJS.
NoDQ.com / TJS. You can follow me there. That takes you to my Facebook page. You can not add me there because I have the 5,000 friend limit. Sorry, but you can follow me.
That's a lot of fake accounts.
When did you get that popular?
I don't know, man. But at NoDQ_TJS. Follow me there on Twitter. Of course, Instagram at Tyler Joseph Smith. Like Big G said, NoDQ.com / shirts. You can get a lot of shirts there, but not the Vince Loves Cock shirt. Sorry.
Aww. All right.
It's a rooster.
That is a rooster. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a rooster.
All right, Virtue.
Twitter at NoDQ_Virtue. And later tonight on Halloween at NoDQ.com / virtue with a lowercase v. Big G and I will be doing WWE Talk on Facebook, 11 p.m. Eastern. So come and watch us there. West Coast Professor Jeff Meacham, and hopefully future Wrestling Trivia Challenge champion. Yes, I said that.
Oh, you kiss ass.
Bold prediction. Thank you, Virtue.
No problem.
NoDQ.com / Jeff, JEFF for my Twitter feed. And Instagram is _Jeff Meacham. NoDQ.com / LA takes you to the event page for our big anniversary meetup on Survivor Series Sunday. Looks like we're going to be at Smashburger, according to the poll so far. We're going to be at Smashburger.
Of course, this is if people still want to meet with us after this video.
After this video, yeah. If you still dare to come near us within 100 yards of us, we'll be at Smashburger on the 18th. But yeah, it's so bring your wallets and bring your hungry people, because we're gonna have fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun to see everybody for the 20th anniversary of NoDQ.com, and I'm looking forward to seeing people I haven't seen in a while and people that I don't want to see for a while. So there you go.
Whoa. Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. So that'll wrap it up for this video. Of course, NoDQ.com. I will be up 9 a.m. Pacific time doing the coverage. I will be doing the live stream. All that good stuff. TJS is going to put back on the mask since we're signing off here. That's all we got. Thank you to everybody for watching, and I apologize if we offended anybody, but we're just trying to have fun here. That's what we do here on NoDQ.com. We have fun. We've been doing it for 20 years and counting. So that's all we got. We will see you all next time for more.